today. We're going to do Cowansim R22, just come out from MSFS flight sim, so we've jumped in the sim. I'm on the farm I grew up on. I've just put out a fly around that because that was the first time I ever flew in an R22 in real life when I was only about 16 or 17, so it's pretty cool to be able to fly around that farm now with the R22 and MSFS flight sim. So it's pretty much what you'd expect from Cowansim, very polished, a lot of attention to detail. I'll just lower my head view a little bit here, open and shut the doors. I'll take the doors off for this flight, just remove them by clicking on the pillar. You can put dual controls in and out by clicking on the little solo setup button on the cyclic. So we'll push the mixture in, just move the cyclic out of the way. That's it, put the cap on. Battery on, strobe on, go left or right, just my controller's just losing a bit of tracking here, both, yeah, pretty clear. We'll go to start. Just make sure it pauses off. I'll just make sure I've got the replay running too. Yep. Hopefully it'll work, so we'll see. Right, engine started. And now it seems to be running alright. I'll engage the clutch. RPM's building up. See the little needles starting to join now at the bottom there. Right, I'll put the alternator on here. I'm just going to rush through all this. It's pretty cool being able to do, nice and simple to start. Probably a little bit more like the Schweitzer 300 from Nemeth to fly, because it's very simple, just being a piston engine helicopter. Right, we'll give her a warming up. I've got a checklist down here you can pop out for going through all your start sequences. I don't think there's anything else. Good to go. Rotor brakes up behind us there. So we'll take off and put it through its paces around the farm. It'll just be low level, throwing it around sort of thing, just because it's such a cool little nimble helicopter. Right, we'll lift off here. This is in the typical New Zealand sort of dairy farm cowshed tanker loop, so we'll head out and climb out towards the east here, over the, watch out for the farm wires. Oh, we already got the low rotor warning RPM coming on. The visibility is something else. It's just awesome, especially with the doors off. Good little mustering helicopter. I noticed that it's only got the doors are removable, and I think you can change the cargo weight, but there is no attachments as such as cargo pods or little spray tank, which would be awesome to see a little spray tank for it, because I mean that's kind of they we use quite a lot in New Zealand for that sort of thing. A little 200 litre tank underneath before the R44s sort of became really popular. Used a lot in the venison recovery, and I notice it also doesn't have any New Zealand paint schemes or liveries with it, so I might have to do a couple of my own of sort of old venison day recovery ones, because probably wasn't the ideal use for them, using them in the mountains, but they use them a lot because they were a cheap little helicopter to run, and did pretty well. Right, I'm sort of just flying around here, just enjoying the ease of flying around. It's probably a little bit more sensitive to fly than the 66, I find, but it's also probably more manoeuvrable, like it'll just turning around and like on a dime here. I'll try and land on this little track up here. I've still got a bit of practice here, obviously. Quite used to the 500, that little bit extra power you get when you're coming in. But I'll try to do some more aggressive manoeuvres. Try and keep the disc loaded the whole time with the little R22s, which are pretty prone to mast bumping. Yeah, it'd be neat to have a little spray kit on these. Or even pretending you're mustering cattle or something. Just like they use them in Australia in the bush for mustering a lot. Pretty crazy some of the manoeuvres you see clips of them doing. There's some cows. Go out through the gap here. Oh, low road up. I pulled a little bit much pitch on that pull. Yeah, it's coming into its own, like, for this low level stuff, and having the scenery, and that we've got a Microsoft Flight Sim available. Little helicopter like this is designed for playing around at low level. This is a hell of a lot of fun, this little machine. I highly recommend it just from a few minutes I've been in it. If you like hands-on, good viz, fun little machine to play in, it doesn't get much better than this. Just coming up onto this little scene I've got set up here for air gops. I'm finding it pretty good to control. It's not bad. It's a little bit of a handful, and I probably haven't got my sensitivity sort of dialed for this because I mostly fly the 500. But in saying that, it is probably a bit more of a hands-on helicopter. You need to spend a bit of time with it to get proficient at how sensitive it is. But I'm loving it. This is awesome. Just how maneuverable this little thing is just crazy. I'll have a go at landing on that truck. I'm really looking forward to the R44 when he puts that out eventually now too. Just got to get a little bit of practice here. I might have to back up on this one a little bit. Mess that up big time. Probably going a little bit too aggressive, which you can do in the 500, but this one, once you get used to the sensitivities, you might be able to fly it a bit more. Right, I'll do one more takeoff and landing, and then I'll call that it, because I can't keep it nice and short and simple. But yeah, I can't recommend this one enough. It's a great little machine. I've been looking forward to this one. Oh, actually, before we land, I might just quickly try an auto rotation, see what they're like, and then I'll come back and land. Let's get up a bit of height and speed here. I'm pulling a bit much power there. Right, here we go. Yeah, well, I could say I pulled too much power and I've killed it, so it's gonna die. Right into the wind. Didn't seem to be staying RPM down for some reason. Alright, now it is. Yeah, maybe there's something I might need to look up to see if it's possible to do. Oh, it is kind of doing them, but it didn't seem to. I would have thought it would have killed the RPM a little bit quicker, but maybe I was doing something wrong. Hadn't turned off the governor or something. But something I'll practice and have a look at. Maybe show it in a future video if I can figure it out. Come back and land on the tanker loop. Yeah, and just a nice amount of force feedback too through the VP Force Rhino I'm using. Just makes it feel it's quite a different feel to the 500, so I love it. Right, we'll call it there. Yeah, great little machine. Thanks for another great product, Cowansim. We'll catch you on the next one.